Hi guys, how's it going and welcome back to the channel. We're going to be reviewing how I did in Game Week 1 before moving into the Game Week 2 squad selection. So, a little bit under average. We got 47 points, the average was 50. And I do feel a little bit unlucky, really. So, Pickford did what I expected him was going to do. He got some saves, clean sheets, played the 90 minute. I thought he'd managed that. Gabriel, clean sheet, unfortunately got a yellow card. That costed me 2 points. That could have made a difference, but anyway, it is where it is. I couldn't believe United lost against Hull, just honestly. And then Liverpool 2-2 against Newcastle. I'm surprised about that. I mean, I know both teams have lost a lot of their good players in the transfer window, but I was expecting a little bit better from Liverpool than what we got. So yeah, a little bit surprised there. Van Dijk getting a yellow card again wasn't helpful, but goals as well. I'm like, you beat Villa 4-0 and you did not get involved in any goals or assists, anything like that. You got a clean sheet point, but then you wasted it by getting a yellow card. So I was like, nice one for that. In the end, oh yeah, Thiago as well. Thiago missed a penalty. And I'm like, you've beaten Spurs 3-0 and you also wasn't involved in the attack, to get a goal or assist. Come on, pal. Honestly. So yeah, I do feel I was quite unlucky that game week overall. But sometimes it just is what it is. So yeah, we're now into a position where I've got 47 points, the average was 50. I'm hoping that things are going to get better in the next game week. And that means now, well, first of all, I'm going to show you my mini league actually. So there's 45 of us in it at the time recording this. And the guy at the top, Nick, he got 84 points. I've actually not seen his teams. Let's have a look. Oh, he's gone for the bench boost. Okay. He had Trafford in net. Oh, that's worked out well for him. He had Palmer in his squad instead of Rodgers. That's interesting. Havertz up front. Pedro's captain. That's worked out very well for him. So many points in the game total, 84. So that's what, 6, 12, 14... 6, 12, 14, 16. So 16 of them points was off the bench, which is still, what, that's 78. So they still got 68, even without the bench boost. That would still have been a decent game week, to be fair. So yeah, he's done well there. Anyway, let's get into my Game Week 2 squad selection, and you guys can see who I picked and why. Right, starting in net, we've got Jordan Pickford of Everton. So his team won 2-0 against Crystal Palace. He got a goal, which is what you want, clean sheets, all that good stuff. He had a good start to the campaign. Okay, Bournemouth is probably going to be about as difficult as Crystal Palace, but I think he's my better option of the two keepers I've got. So Jordan Pickford starts in net for us this game week. Right, so Gabriel stays in my squad. His team won 3-0 against Coventry, which I was expecting. I didn't think anything would happen otherwise. Arsenal played really poorly in their first game week. I'm still going to keep Gabriel in the squad, but I'm a bit more nervous about him keeping a clean sheet this game week. After all, Villa are going to want to really bounce back, and that's understandable. So yeah, I'm a bit more nervous about him keeping a clean sheet, but the fact that Villa let 4 goals in the last game, I'm hoping Gabriel can get an attacking return if he is unable to keep a clean sheet. So we'll see how that one goes. Also staying in the starting 11, we've got Luke Shaw. Now, I could not believe that United lost against Hull. Absolute shock at that. But what can you do? Yeah, but he still played the full 90. He's only 4.5 million to own, and he's up against Ipswich. Ipswich is another team where you'd expect United to do well, but having said that, I thought he was going to do well against Hull, so it's anyone's guess. So we're going to see how well Hull are going to... how well United are going to do against Ipswich, and hopefully United's going to switch on and play a little bit better. Sorry, I couldn't help but put that pun in there. But yes, we're going to see how it goes, but I don't know what to make of this one. We'll just have to wait and see and hope for the best. Okay, so next we've got Van Dijk, who's up against Nottingham Forest. Probably on paper around the same difficulty as Newcastle. And again, that makes me worried about Liverpool keeping a clean sheet. But I think he's the better option of what I've got already. He played the full 90 in the last game. We've seen in the previous seasons before that Van Dijk likes to get involved in getting goals and assists. So if he can't keep a clean sheet, I'm hoping he's going to do that. So we'll see very shortly if he can manage that. Moving into midfield, and I've just got to keep hold of Morgan Rogers. He got a goal in the last game. He played fantastic. 81 minutes on the pitch, will do. And next up is Brighton. On paper, I would say Brighton's a slightly easier team, but well, I definitely think that in defence anyway. I think Brighton's got a reasonable attack, but not really sold on their defence. So Rodgers is in the squad, and I'm expecting more attack returns from him this time. And 25.6% of you guys own him as well, so there's a lot of you guys who are looking at Rodgers and wanting a bit of the action, which I don't blame you guys. More so as Palmer got subbed off, and he might be injured. We don't have an update on that yet, so yeah, we'll see how that one goes. Okay, and Bermo in the squad. Now I have this guy as my vice captain. Like, I've watched like the highlights and stuff, and I thought Mbeumo overall played well. He was very attacking. He wasn't able to score, but from a United team that lost 2-0, Mbeumo I thought played really well. Definitely a standout performance against Hull. So he's very attacking. I don't want to get rid of him yet. Because he was so attacking, I feel he was very unlucky not to have scored. And against Ipswich, surely he's going to score. So he's in the squad. Vice captain, hopefully he's going to show that he's worth that 8 million price tag in this game week. Staying in the squad, despite the fact that I do have Chelsea players in it, is Pascal Gross. At 5.5 million, I think he's cheap, and I don't really rate the Chelsea defence, so it wouldn't surprise me if it was a high scoring game. And with Gross probably being on penalties, he's very attacking. You know, he only played half last season because he was on loan for the first half and still got 6 assists. Pascal Gross is in the squad for that. Hopefully, fingers crossed, he's going to get something from this game. We'll see. Completing my midfield for this game, we have Semenyo. Up against Crystal Palace, I would hope he'd get something from that. He didn't get anything against Bournemouth. City literally leaving it until late to win 2-1. They definitely struggled. But I don't want to move Semenyo on yet. I want to see what he can do against Crystal Palace and then probably Coventry the next week after. So let's watch this. Let's see if Semenyo can get something. I don't want to do any knee-jerk transfers which I might end up regretting. Moving into attack, and I'm going a little bit risky here with Richarlison. So it's only owned by 3% of FPL managers, and they didn't get anything against Brentford, but they have got Newcastle coming up this week. Newcastle lost a lot of their good players in the transfer window, so if there's going to be a chance for Richarlison to get something, here it is. Now, he was on my bench last game week. I put him into a starting 11 this one. I'm looking forward to seeing how he gets on. Yeah, definitely a differential with only 3% of FPL managers owning him, but I'm hoping he's going to play in this next one, and hopefully he's going to get a chance to score. We'll see. Still in my squad, Thiago. They beat Spurs 3-0. Unfortunately, he wasn't involved in any of the goals. He did get a penalty and missed it. So I do feel I was unlucky with Thiago in Game Week 1. But we know his potential in Game Week 2. They're up against Leeds. Surely he's going to get an opportunity to score in this game week. I'm going to keep the faith with this guy. Let's see how he gets on. Hopefully, my faith is not misplaced. Okay, so finishing my attack off. And he's my captain for this game week. We've got Joel Pedro. So he played the full 90 last game week. He got a goal, he got an assist, and he's up against Brighton, which in my opinion have got a weaker defence than Fulham did. So it wouldn't surprise me if Pedro got even more attacking returns this time. At the time recording this, his price is 7.5 million, but as you can see, very likely to rise. So I'm glad I had this guy in my squad from Game Week 1. So yeah, up against a Brighton team, which I think has got a weaker defence. I'm looking forward to seeing what Pedro can do here. And he's owned by 66.4% of FPL managers as well. So there's a lot of you guys that are looking at Pedro and you're liking what you see. So yeah, Pedro is my captain. I'm looking forward to seeing what he can get from this. Let's hope this works. Okay, on the bench we do have Keller. So they kept a clean sheet against Spurs, which I was not really expecting, but obviously good performance by Brentford, winning 3-0. Next up is Leeds, and they are a bit more attacking. So I've left Pickford on in front of Keller this game week. But of course I'm going to see how Keller gets on. He did play the full 92 as you'd expect from a goalkeeper. But yeah, I just think Pickford's a better choice this game week. Dropping to the bench because he might be injured is Morgan Gibbs-White. If he hadn't been injured, well, he's my first sub, so, if anyone doesn't play, he's first one to come on. But if he were injured, I would have probably left him on because Liverpool's defence didn't look that good last game. So it wouldn't surprise me if Gibbs-White gets something from this. More so when you look at his tally from last season, 15 goals, 4 assists. That's 19 attacking returns in total. So I am keeping an eye on Gibbs-White. It says in the injury, but he's only yellow flagged at the moment. So I am curious to see if this guy does play or not. It's too early to get an update due to the time I'm recording this. I'm recording this just before 11 AM on Wednesday. So yeah, I don't know if he's going to play yet. He's on the bench. If it turns out he is long-term injured or something like that, I'd be considering my options like possibly Gakpo, someone like that. But yeah, for now, he's on the bench and we're waiting for further updates on his injury situation. Okay, also on the bench we do have James Tarkowski. So he did play the full 90 in the last game against Palace, so he did keep a clean sheet point. They've got Bournemouth this time. They're a little bit more attacking, but yeah, I'm in two minds if I should have put this guy in my squad, to be honest. But he's on the bench. We'll see. Yeah, I'm a bit nervous. I really am. So I'm just going to leave him on the bench for now. It's a bit more of a peace of mind move, this one. Finishing my bench off, we have Matty Cash. I'm so glad I didn't cash in on this guy last game week and put him on squad, because they lost 4-0 to Brighton. I think he got a yellow card as well, if I remember correctly. So he finished on -1 point. Like, honestly. And now up against Arsenal, who has got a much stronger attack. No chance do I want to put Matty Cash in my squad, because I don't want to risk cashing in on more minus points if I can help it. So yeah, this guy is right at the back of my squad, and we'll keep an eye on things. Well, on the screen is my squad for Game Week 2. Do not forget, guys, that your deadline is on Friday the 28th of August at 6:30 PM UK time. Make sure you've got your squad organised. Don't miss your deadline. But yes, this is my squad, and hopefully it's going to be alright. Right, Well, if you guys have enjoyed this video, please do hit that like button. If you're a first time viewer around here, don't forget to subscribe and then hit the bell. This way you'll be notified of any future videos and live streams for myself. I'll be back soon with some more content. Nice one, guys.